Time I effed up by accepting a 75,000 sign-on bonus. Disclaimer. I wrote this for educational and comedic purposes. Do not expect serious replies from me like 80% of the time because you can't really know a person based of an internet post. So roast me all you want, I'll be making s'mores on the fire. Anyway, technically this day was about a year ago or so, but it was the start of a grand shitstorm. Irresponsibility is a serious thing you need to self-reflect on once you get financial freedom. I did not, and despite being a rather self-aware person, I fucked up bad. I mean bad. Now this is going to sound insane and even fake to some people, but I swear to you, you can go look up the sign-on bonuses for pharmacist at Walgreens and you'll see. When I started as a pharmacist, I was given a 75,000 sign-on bonus. Yes, really, a whole fucking down payment on a house and then some. Even after taxes, I was basically looking at 50,000. And I had no debts, no loans, nothing to pay off. But boy did I fuck up in many ways. Starting with forming a rather unfortunate gambling-based hobby due to my hyperfixation as one with ADHD and other brain issues. My childhood self saw I was making good money and went, I'm gonna live out the dream. And so I bought fucking everything from MTG to Pokemon to Yu-Gi-Oh! Plus a PC and a ton of games. I had a serious gambling issue in the form of what was essentially cardboard crack. I bought duplicates of practically every product I opened and kept one aside saying it'll be a good return investment in the future. Unfortunately, it's an exotic investment that takes up space and time and is entirely a gamble or waiting game. And while sometimes I got cool stuff, I usually ended up having to buy the cards I wanted anyway. 'Cause it's fucking gambling. Once I came to my senses, I lost a good amount of money, even after selling off 90% of my sealed collection, and I'm still sorting through the mess of cards and crap I bought and finding I dislike a lot of cards artwork that I bought because it was just FOMO from the fucking marketing. But it isn't over. I got a $3,000 PC, I got my partner a $3,000 PC, I got about 50 video games ranging from $20 to $60 a piece, I got a bunch of stupid display stuff of different characters and games and TV shows I liked, Halo, Skyrim, etc. Then my car basically fucking exploded because it was hanging on by a thread and had 350,000 miles on it. So what do? Do I get a nice normal car? A cheaper one that's reliable? No. I buy a fucking hybrid RAV. For 2023 that cost $46,000 and put $15,000 down on it. So here's the math. $15,000 for the car plus $6,000 for the computers plus $10,000 or so in shiny fucking cardboard. Plus $5,000 in other stupid dumb bullshit, plus God knows how much in ordering food. In the end, I was left with about $7,000. But wait, there's more. I was fired because I was a stupid fucking moron. Then I have no insurance, $7,000 to my name, and end up needing to go to the ER. So there goes like $3,500 of that $7,000, and the rest goes to bills and rent. I eventually found a new job, made some good money back, and I kept my credit at around a 790, and ended up with a $17,000 in an IRA. But then, the worst part happens. I have payback $70,000. Yeah, with 8% interest, mind you, I have to pay it all back plus the taxes the government took because I only get that back after I get a W-2C. So I have to pay my full bonus and then some back. And do I have a house or anything to show for it? Anything at all where I can at least say, well, I guess it was like a loan, at least we got something out of it. No, I don't, because I'm a fucking idiot who is paying a $70,000 loan off so that I don't get sued by a collection agency. If I wasn't paying, it'd go there. So yeah, take this however you want. Maybe it'll make you feel better. Maybe nothing at all. Maybe you can shit all over me in the comments and act like you're better than me after reading this one story. I do not care. Just make sure you plan things out and think things through and talk to people and self-reflect before you make hasty decisions, especially as someone young looking at a lot of money. I'll never make this mistake again, and now am far more concerned about retirement accounts, keeping my debts paid, and saving up for life and actual tangible experiences. But wow, did I fuck up. Edit. I was fired due to leaving a gate open 2 inches for all of 3 minutes, aka leaving a pharmacy unattended. You're not supposed to, though many do to some degree. I, unfortunately, before that had a auto-locking door just not fully locked for some reason. By all purposes, it was closed, but because it didn't actually close and someone was able to access the vaccine room, it was considered unlocked. So yeah, first time was the faulty door got written up. I think that's a load of crap since it's an auto-locking door that no one would ever bother to even check as it's a non-vital door as it only leads to a vaccine area. But the second time I absolutely did the ring thing and fucked up there. That was on me. Edit 2. I'm not trying to use the ADHD or disabilities I have as an excuse. It's simply an explanation to why it happened. Executive dysfunction. I am still the one at fault. My illnesses just made it a bit easier for me to end up here as all compared to others, since it messes with my ability to organize, think, retain memories, and my brain's actual development. Edit 3. If you really think you can judge a person's character entirely based on one post on the internet, you're just as dumb as I was. Sure, yeah, judge me for the post, I definitely fucked up. But I'm not a bad pharmacist, and I know that. I'm bad at remembering to lock things or take things home with me in finances. My clinical knowledge is still there, and I'll stand by that. People are not this two-dimensional. You know nothing else about me. You have no idea what it's like being a pharmacist. You have no idea what my life is like, but if it makes you feel better, pop off, I guess. TLDR. A job gave me lots of money, I spent lots of money, I lost the job, I owe lots of money. Story 2. Time I effed up, I ruined a friendship, and 8 years later haven't gotten over it. Hello. I 26M had a friend in high school, we'll call them Alex. Alex and I were two peas in a pod. We both were artists, and while Alex was much more skilled than I was, I still loved creating with them. I'd be lying if I said I never had a crush on them, but nothing was ever acted on. It was very much the hot, cool, popular, but alternative friend, Alex, with their ugly, stupid loser nerd friend that no one understood why they were friends with, me. We both had ambitions to be professional artists, and after high school I moved many states away to go to an art school. We stayed in touch, but you know how high school friends go. The communication often fades. I tried to keep up communication, but it's so hard, but they were so important to me. I looked up to them as an artist, and they were just a good friend. The type it's hard to describe, but they were so important to me. I wouldn't have made it through my senior year without our friendship. I hope I provided something to them as well. I certainly tried. During my freshman year, I was sitting on the floor of my dorm room and trying to work through stuff. While I had always had extreme difficulties with mental health, college exasperated them. I was in a bad spot. I felt alone and forgotten about. My roommate was a menace. I was on the brink. Scrolling Tumblr, I came across an old drawing I did of Alex's character. It was the perfect distraction. I could redraw this picture and chat with Alex and get out of my head. So I messaged them on Tumblr, asking for a reference sheet of that character so I could properly draw it. My drawing was not good and would be a bad reference. They read the message and never replied. A while later, I can't remember if it was hours or a day or two, they still hadn't replied. I need to stress I was in a bad place, like about to admit myself bad. And I was so angry and hurt staring at that read receipt that I sat down and blasted them. I don't have the messages anymore, but I basically said that I guess I'm just worthless to them, and they can't even manage to reply to me, and how shitty that was. It was worse, but I can't remember. That they replied to effectively saying they've been busy, but that our friendship is over and to never talk to them again. And then they blocked me. 8 years later, I still think about Alex nearly every day. All I can think about is how horrible a person I am, how they didn't deserve that, how I should just not exist anymore if that's how I treat friends. In the past, probably a couple months after, then again a year later or so, I found their other account and sent a long apology, explaining why I blew up, but never excusing it and saying they didn't owe me an acceptance of said apology or anything at all. But I just had to tell them. I never got a response. Even now, the memory sometimes hits me like a wave crashing into the sand, and it's enough to cripple me. Most of the time, though, it just lingers, always present in the back of my mind. I still have their artwork in storage. I keep it in my bin of art. My mom told me to save everything I draw so I can see my progress, and I've done so since I was 11 or 12. I still have the exact piece that was the catalyst to the whole explosion. It's not that I have no friends, I have plenty of friends and have never repeated the behavior, but something about this will never leave me. I think sometimes that actually having a conversation with them would help me properly move on, but I would never reach out again. It's unfair to expect them to shoulder any amount of my guilt, because they did nothing wrong. I did. I did everything wrong. They probably don't think twice about me, why would they? Hell, they've probably forgotten about me entirely, I would've. What's worth remembering? I just needed to tell someone, anyone, so I'll just carry these stones in my chest undisturbed until sleep, which often evades me, finds me permanently. TLDR, I ruined my friendship 8 years ago due to declining mental health, and to this day I haven't been able to reconcile that I'll never speak to them again. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories. Let us know your opinion in the comments.